Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in this one, as I have done an awful lot of testing on this main loop, as you can see I've got a 66 going around some dapple wagons and one EFE wagon, which is the crane. So today we're going to turn our attention to the sidings where I'm going to store my freight train, and this is for 3 of my freight trains, which are currently one going round now and the 2 in that back corner. The small set of wagons in the front, there's only 8 of those, so it's a shorter train. There's 10 of those turbo wagons. I forget what they are, so sorry if I just butchered that. Then we've got the Freightliner heavy haul 100 ton hopper wagons, and then 8 double decker car wagons with an awful lot of minis on them. So they're all at the back there, so those back 3 sidings are going to be the first ones made. Then I'm going to have to hook up an engine and run these trains through those sidings just to test them, make sure they go in and out in both directions multiple times over. The hopper wagons I will have to modify slightly because some of their couplings hang down low, therefore hitting point blades and derailing. The car wagons I have yet to test on the layout, so that shall be interesting to see. So we'll set you up on that camera tripod over there and we'll get started clearing that area and building the sidings. Right, so we've now got the sidings down, so it's time to do some test runs. So we'll just call in a couple 66s and get them hooked up to 2 of my trains. Right, now that those rear 3 sidings have been rather thoroughly tested with the 3 trains that are to be stored there, so we got the Freightliner, hopper wagons, the ST, yeah, I can't quite make that, STVA, double-decker car wagons, which have also been quite well tested, and the other wagons behind that. So those sidings are all in. Had to get a bit more wider on those corners just for clearance, and it was the only way I could make them meet. So the next bit is the inner track for the same side. So from this point we'll be able to split it 4 times. So that will come onto these bits. So the first 4 of these sidings will be through sidings, and then so that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 sidings altogether there. So the last 2 will be dead end sidings that hold DMUs, EMUs, essentially anything that does not need an engine on the other end or that can be shunted into place, which not all stock can be shunted successfully. So we'll get started on these sidings, get the points nailed down, then get these bits of track nailed down. There was no footage of the rest of those corners being put in over there because I was heavily trying to work things out, placing, removing, placing again. So that didn't actually get recorded. This time round I will be recording the whole siding bit, getting a nice little time lapse. So hopefully we can get these in and get some stock running in and out of them. Right, so we've got a few trains over there that don't actually belong over there, like the DMUs. They have their own set of siding now. As well as the APT and the Swallow Intercities. They have another place to live. So if we come across the bridge, we now find this area's all laid and done. Still needs all its point motors and other stuff like that, but we have a single line that goes all the way through and goes straight off down the other end. We've got 3 rear sidings, which are the longest. That's for stuff like the APT and my Intercities. We then got this little section here, which I'm still awaiting some additional lights and buffer stops, but without the power cables being all tied together, this area is not going to be powered, as I'm still using a temporary dropper on one section of the layout. So those 5 sidings are fed by this front siding, so that's for my DMU stock. The next 4 sidings all dead end on this corner anyway. That's for my Class 800s, Javelin and HST set. We've got 2 short sidings running down the centre bit. So we'll set up a camera angle and start running some of these long trains into their new homes, therefore clearing up the rest of the layout. Right, so that's gonna about do it for this video. So I've put a few DMUs into the DMU sidings. We've got a second track for the other 3-car unit. I've got a single car unit as well, and a little tiny unit as well. That is half a coach, so they'll fit into those 2 quite nicely. One of my longer trains is the Intercity set. So that's taken up pretty much most of that siding, with a little breathing room, so it would seem. I've had a little play and rearrange with some of these units, like bringing the Javelin to the front and putting the 800 in the other siding. Just fits better. The Javelin took up barely any of the other siding, so just switched them around. The 3-car unit at the back there won't be staying there, it's just there until I find it a better home. And if we swing around into this section, you can see my pile of point motors, say it right, and a few control units just down below on the floor. I've pretty much gone through an entire box of track. This was a brand new box, and there's literally, what, 5 lamps left. So that's practically gone. That was brand new literally 2 days ago. so that I could continue from this section onwards, as this area took up pretty much all of the remaining repurposed. So I used as much repurposed as I could, which was pretty much all of it. So we've got all of our siding around here. I've got two-car trains at the back there, currently sharing a siding. One's a cuter scale, one's Bachmann. No way, the other one's not Bachmann, it's Hatton's rail treatment train. Now we've got a few of my other trains here. One of those two rear sidings will probably be taken up by small wagon freight train. The other one, I don't know yet. As of yet, that is not designated to a train. Yet. So at the front we've got one long siding, which is the one that my coronation coaches have pretty much claimed. So that literally just goes round and feeds off of this side. So this side we've got a few extra sidings on the front. Now that the DMUs have moved out, I'm able to put that 3-car train in its place. So pretty much tried to optimize as much of the layout as I could. But this is literally just the lower layer. This is all storage. The next stage is going to be wiring up the track power so that every line is live. Because every single track got a set of droppers off of it. If we just swing back around here and come over these tracks, you'll see the droppers there. Every single siding has a set, so they're all hanging down below. So yeah, next stage is to do the point motors and start on the electrical systems. And for anyone that is wondering about this tiny little bridge, it is going to be a gate. We don't yet know how we're going to build it. But that plank's just there temporarily till the time when we have a viable solution. It will swing one way or the other. We've got to build a little extension pieces onto the end of these two panels just to help angle the ends, make it so the gate can actually disconnect properly. So also want to give a huge thanks to everyone who has decided to subscribe to the channel. As of this moment we are sitting at 1,100 subscribers, which is absolutely blowing me away at the moment. So thanks for all the views, all the subscriptions and all the comments. I do read every comment and I answer as many of them as I can, which I'm hoping to be practically all of them. Thanks for all the likes. So to keep up to date with the progress, please do feel free to like the channel and subscribe and all of the other options. It does help the channel and it gives me the motivation to keep the channel going. Especially hearing from you all in the comments. Some of your tips are actually quite good and I will be trialing them out on upcoming segments. So yeah, do feel free to share any ideas you have and ask any questions that you have as well. If you want to see what is planned for this layout, then I did upload a short that goes in depth into what I hope to get out of this layout. I am not basing it off of anywhere in particular. It's just
all the sort of things that I want. So container yard, viaduct, grand station, and smaller stations, as well as a branch line that can have a shuttle module. So this is all just the lower level where I get to store all my trains. So you can probably tell I've got a variety of liveries and regions and eras. Because, for instance, in front of the camera, we've got a local train for me, which is the Southeastern High Speed Javelin. Then we've got Great Western, we've got East Coast, and we've got some BR trains. So my stock is quite varied, but it is what I like and things that interest me. So if you're interested in seeing the progress, feel free to stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.